While musing deeply on his sight, another dragon came to light, whose single head avails to lead 100 tales. I saw him pass the hedge, head, body, tails, a wedge. Ophelia, he isn't coming back.
Darling Hamlet, I know it must feel like everything is moving too quickly, but your father is the one who died. Everything that lives must die, you know that. Stop looking for your father and everything you see and do, and instead look to your uncle, not as a stepfather, but as a living one.
Hamlet, I wish you wouldn't carry on like this. Everyone's father dies. To think I lost my brother too, and you don't see me moping around feeling sorry for myself. I have a country to run after all, so I took it like a man with stoic grace. Not that I could expect the same from you, I suppose. You are weak-willed and emotional like all women are, but a modicum of decorum would be nice. You know, your father's life was ended, Hamlet, but not yours. Perhaps you should be grateful for what you still have. You may not have a father anymore, but you still have an uncle. One day, I hope that you can call me father.
Two thieves pursuing their profession. How'd up a donkey got possession. Whereon a strife arose, which went from words to blows. Ophelia! 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 Take this. It'll help you sleep.
This too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie on it. Fie. 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely. And that it should come to this. 2 months dead. Nay, not so much. Not two. So excellent a king that was to this. Hyperion to a satyr. So loving to my mother, that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. And yet, within a month, can we not think on it? Frailty, thy name is woman. God, a beast that wants discord. course of reason, would have mourned longer. Mary was my uncle, my father's brother, who was more like my father than I to Hercules within a month. Ere yet the salt of such unrighteous tears had left a sulking in her galled eyes. And yet she married. Most wicked speak, to post with such dexterity the incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. Break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Hamlet.
I am very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. What is your affair in Elsinore? We will teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
Hamlet, I'd like to talk to you about your father's funeral.
Oh, do not mock me, fellow student. Thought it was to see my mother's wedding.
Well, it's true, the wedding was soon after the funeral. Would you rather talk about that?
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage table. I would I had met my dearest fellow in heaven, or ever I had seen that day. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where have you seen him?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I met your father once. He was a good man.
He was a man. Take him for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw your father yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father?
In the dead vast and middle of the night, a figure like your father appears, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by. Thrice he walked.
Where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
Well, did you speak to him?
My lord, I did, but answer made it none.
Well, or would I have been there?
You would have been much amazed.
Very like, very like. I will go there tonight. Perchance we'll walk again.
Hamlet, it is a good idea to honor those who have passed, but there's a line between honoring the dead and remembering them and fixating on their departure. You can't give your fantasies too much rein. These other patients are awed by you, but do not let them feed your fantasies overly much. As wonderful it would be to see your father again, the dead do not come back from their graves. And holding on to that illusion is only going to keep you from letting go and moving on. And that's what your father would have wanted. Everyone. We have our own problems to deal with here. And that needs to be our focus. We need to let Hamlet deal with her grief on her own terms.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it, though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. Upon the platform, twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit.
Why don't I go with you?
All is not well. I doubt some foul play with the night were come. But be still my soul, though all the earth shall rise and overwhelm them to men's eyes.
Goodbye, my dear sister. I'll have to leave for a while, but it won't be for long. Please write to me so I know how you are.
Do you doubt that?
And Ophelia, I know you have feelings for Hamlet, but you need to keep your heart safe. Her passion runs hot, and while it is sweet now, her friendliness can disappear without a moment's notice.
No more but so.
Just please, be careful around her. For my sake and yours, I worry about you.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart, but good, my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst, like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Ophelia, don't worry about me, okay? Listen, I'm going to be late. Don't forget to write. Great.
Yet here there it is. Aboard, for shame. The wind sits and the shoulders of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with thee.
Thank you, Father.
The time invites you. Go, your servants tend.
Goodbye, Ophelia. And remember what I told you about Hamlet. Write to me.
my memory locked. And you yourself shall keep the key of it. What is it, Ophelia, he hath said to you? So please you, something touching of the Lord Hamlet. Marry well be thought. 'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself of your audience have been most free and bounteous. What is between you? Give me up the truth. He hath, my lord, made many tenders of his affection towards me. Affection? Pooh! You speak like a green girl. And do you believe these tenders, as you call them? I do not know, my lord. What, I should think. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment's leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways. I shall obey, my lord.
What hour now?
It's almost midnight. What's that?
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of hell or goblin damned. Bring with thee airs from heaven or blast from hell. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane. Oh, answer me!
This is some kind of trick the other patients are playing on you. Don't go with this.
What should be the fear? I do not set my life in a pin's fee, and for my soul, being a thing immortal as itself, what can I do for that? It calls me forth, I'll follow it.
Well, let's just say this might be a ghost and not some trick. It could try to hurt you or lead you into a greater depression.
It waves me still, I'll follow it.
No, you're not going anywhere.
Hold up! It waves me still, I must go.
No, you're not going anywhere.
I must.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold. So art thou to revenge when doubt shall hear. I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the earth at night, till the foul crimes done in the days of my nature are burnt and purged away.
Oh, God.
But that I am forbid if thou didst ever thy dear father love. Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that with wings as swift as meditation or thoughts of love will speak to my revenge.
Now, Hamlet, hear. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle?
Aye, that incestuous and adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts, won to his shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Sleeping within my orchard, upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole, with juice of curses Heaven in a vial, and in the pouches of my ear did pour the leprous distilment. Cut off, even in the blossom of my sin, no reckoning made, but sent to my account, with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible, horrible, most horrible! Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But, howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, Adieu. Adieu. Hamlet, remember me.
Oh, you host of heaven, oh earth, what else? Shall I couple hell? Remember thee? Aye. While memory holds a seat in this distracted globe, remember thee. Yea, poor ghost. From the table of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, and your commandment alone shall live in the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matters. Oh, heavens. Oh, most pernicious woman. Oh, villain, smiling, damned villain!
Hamlet, are you okay?
Wonderful.
Is everything all right?
Wonderful.
Oh, we need to talk about this.
There is never a villain dwelling in all of Denmark, but he's an arrant knave.
Yeah, that may well be true. We still need to talk about
Why,
what just
right you are in the right Horatio. But without more circumstance at all, I hold it fit that we shake hands and part.
No, we need to talk about what just
I am
happened.
sorry that they offend you heartily.
There's no offense.
Why, yes, and much offense too, Horatio. But overmaster it as you may, give me one poor request.
What's that?
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
I don't think anybody would believe me.
Well, nay, but swear it.
Hamlet, I can't swear that I'm not.
Never make known what you
Swear.
have seen tonight. Swear.
Swear!
This is insane.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
I swear.
Rest. Rest, perturbed spirit. So, my friend, I do commend me to you with your finger on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite that ever I was born to set it right. Nay. Come, let's go our own ways.
How now, Ophelia? What's the matter? Oh, my lord. My lord, I have been so frighted. What in the name of God? My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, he comes before me. Mad for thy love? My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it. What said he? He took me by the wrist and held me hard. And goes he the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. What? Have you given him any hard words of late? No, my good lord, but as you did command, I did repel his fetters and denied his access to me. That hath made him mad. Come, go we to the king.
Ah, Rosencrantz, thank you for joining us today. My, it has been a while since we've seen you, hasn't it? I remember when you and Hamlet were still in pigtails. We were hoping your presence would remind her of a happier time.
Our daughter is not the Hamlet that you remember, but she still speaks often of you, and I'm positive there is no one in the world she'd rather see than her good friend Rose.
If you think me talking to her might help, I'll do it.
We are in your debt, Rose.
Yes, thank you. She's just down there.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, and what duty is, what day is day, night is night, and time is time. We're nothing but to waste night, day, time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is it but to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter, less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. And he is mad, 'tis true, 'tis pity, and pity 'tis true. A foolish figure. But let that go, for I will use no art. I have a daughter, while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience mark, hath given me this. Now gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's a vile phrase. An ill phrase. Beautified? That's a vile phrase.
Hamlet gave this to her?
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt though the stars are fired, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar. But never doubt I love. Dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best. Oh, most best believe it. Adieu. Thine evermore most dear lady. Well, this machinist, Hamlet.
Do you think she is the reason that Hamlet stays in this godforsaken place?
Perhaps.
This, in obedience, hath my daughter given to me, and my young mistress, thus I did bespeak, that she should lock herself from his resorts, admit no messengers, receive no tokens. Which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he fell by this declension into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mournful.
But how can we know for sure? I mean, Hamlet has been badly damaged by the loss of her father. Perhaps a little while longer in this place will do her some good.
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together. Here, in the lobby.
The orderlies have informed me.
Now,
So?
at such a time, I'll lose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind an arras, then. Mark the encounter. If he loves her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereon, let me be no assistant to estate, but keep a farm and carpet.
Then it's settled. We shall soon see Hamlet's true nature with Ophelia.
Rugged appearance.
Wait, I do beseech thee, both away! I board him presently.
Visible when he lay couched in the ominous corpse.
How does my good lord Hamlet?
Well, God a mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent. Well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir. To be honest as this world goes is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
It's very true, my lord.
Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to it.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter. What do you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What's the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slanders, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. For yourself, sir, should be as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. I'll leave him, and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. My most honorable lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot take from me anything I will more willingly part with all. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life!
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools!
You go to seek Lord Hamlet? There he is. Thank you.
Hamlet! It's good to see you!
Excellent, good friend Rosencrantz. How dost thou? What's news?
Nothing much to report. Things are as they should be.
Oh, then is doomsday near. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friend, deserved at the hand of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison?
Denmark's a prison!
Is that what you think of your home? That it's just a prison?
A goodly one, with many confines, wards, and dungeons. Denmark being one of the worst. What brings you to Elsinore?
I wanted to see if you were okay after everything.
Beggar that I am, I'm even poor in thanks, yet I thank you. Were you not sent for? Is it your own visitation? Is it of your own inclining? Come, deal justly with me. Come, nay. Speak.
What do you want me to say?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there's a kind of confession in your look which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
And why do you think they would do that?
That you must teach me.
I've come to check on you. Your mother and the king are worried about you. They don't understand why you're acting this way.
I will tell you why I have of late. Wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth. Oh, what a piece of work is a man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, and express and moving. How remarkable in apprehension, how like a god, and in action, how like an angel. And what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, no, nor woman neither.
Well, if you're not interested in men or women, you're going to be overjoyed. They're putting on a play. I saw them practicing on my way in. I'm sure they'll have a great time playing to your miserable face.
Oh, let me a clink.
Well, there they are.
Let me a clink. A soldier's a man, my first
Welcome, friends!
soldier drink.
I'm very glad to see you well, my good friend. Come. We'll hear a speech straight. Now, give me a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once. 'Twas Aeneas' tale, the Dido. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the night resemble when he lay couched in the ominous horse. So proceed you.
Anon he finds him, striking too short at Greeks his antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command, unequal matched. Pyrrhus at preempt drives, in rage strikes wide, but with whiff and wind of his fell sword, the under father falls. So, as a painted tyrant, Pyrrhus stood, like a neutral to his will and manner, did nothing. So, after Pyrrhus' pause, aroused vengeance, set him to a work. Out, out, thou strumpet fortune! All you gods and general synod, take away her power. Break all the spokes and fellies from her wheels, and bowl the round nave down the hills of heaven, as low as to the fiends.
Oh, fellow friends, we'll have a play tomorrow night. Now tell me, friend, dost thou know the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
And you could, for a need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines that I would sit down and insert in it, could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Oh, we'll have it tomorrow night. My friends, you are welcome in Elsinore. God be with ye.
Let me a clink. A soldier's a man, my first
Oh, now I am alone. I have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tint him to the quick, and if he but blench, I'll know my course. The play's the thing wherein I'll tax the conscience of the king.
Rose, what have you learned?
Well, she seemed excited talking to some
actors about a play they were doing tonight. They're doing it here, in fact.
A play? Well, Hamlet certainly has been putting on a show as of late. Perhaps a hobby would do her some good. See to it that you take care of anything she needs, Rose.
I'll do what I can.
My dear Gertrude, if you would please leave us alone. I would like to see how Hamlet treats those that she professes to love.
Ophelia, I pray that you are the cause for Hamlet's sickness. Please, may it also be you who brings her back to us.
Madam, I wish it may. Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you. We will bestow ourselves. I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be? That's the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles and, by opposing in them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by sleep to say we end the heartache and thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when he himself might a quietus make with a bare bodkin? For who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to those that we know not of? This conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with a pale cast of thought, of great pith and moment. And their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. But soft, the fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy orisons, be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How is your arm for this many a day?
Oh, I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to re-deliver. Take these again. For to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor, and givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
Oh, that if you be honest and fair, your honesty shall prove no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty can no more transform itself to a bawd than honesty has power to transform beauty into its likeness. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord. You made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that would make it better that my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my depth than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. And for what should such fellows as I do go crawling between heaven and earth? They are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Get thee to a nunnery. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Then lock the door on him and let him play the fool nowhere but in his own house.
Oh, sweet heavens, help him!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. For thou shalt be as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calamity. Get thee to a nunnery. Or if thou wilt marry a fool, for wise men know better what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery. Go! Quickly too.
Restore him!
Oh, and I have seen your paintings too. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. Oh, and it has made me mad. We will have no more marriages. All that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest shall stay as they are. To a nunnery. Go, and quickly too.
Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion, and the mold of form. He observed. All observers quite down, and I, of ladies most eject, and wretches that did suck the music, his honeyed vows. Now see, the noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh, the unmatched form and feature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me! To have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Love. I'm sorry, my dear Ophelia, but Hamlet does not love you. I'm afraid she is incapable of love now. Her emotional state is so badly disturbed that she can only feel sorrow and grief. Perhaps it's her stay in this abysmal place that is doing more harm than good, but what choice do I have? I cannot assure Hamlet's safety or the safety of others outside of these grounds. No, I think it best she stay right here where I can keep an eye on her. Madness and great ones must not go unwatched.
Speak the speech I prayed you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. Do not saw the air too much with your hands, and thus, but use all gently. And the very torrent, tempest, and as I may say, the whirlwind of passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwinked fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings, for who, for the most part, are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. Pray you, avoid it.
I warrant your honor.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the word to the action, and the action to the word. With this special overstep, not the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end both is the first and the now, lies in is to hold as 'twere a mirror up to nature. And let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them. For there be of them that will themselves laugh, to set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too. Go! Get you ready! Horatio, there's a play tonight before the camp. And one scene of it comes very near the circumstances that I told thee of my father's murder. I prithee, when thou seest that act afoot, even in the very comment of thy soul, observe mine uncle. If his occulted guilt do not itself unkindle in that one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen. For mine eyes will rivet to his face, and after we will both our judgment to join in censure of his sin.
Okay. I'll watch him. And if he reacts the way you think he's going to, then what are we going to do about it?
They are coming to the play. I must be idle. Go get you a place.
Ah, how are you today, daughter?
Excellent. Well, out of the chameleon's dish, I am promised crammed. I eat the air. Cannot feed capons, so.
Whatever language you speak, it is not mine.
No, nor mine. Be the players ready?
Ready?
They're ready when you are.
Shall I lie on your lap, lady?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Well, did you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
'Tis a fair thought to lie between a maid's legs.
Oh, what is, my lord?
Nothing.
You are merry, my lord.
God's own jig maker. For look you there, how cheerfully my mother sits, and my father dead not these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
Oh, so long? Well, then there's hope that a great man's memory shall outlive his life half a year.
For us and for our tragedy.
Here stooping to your clemency.
Wait, beg your hearing patiently.
'Tis brief, my lord.
Well, as woman's love.
Full 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round, Neptune's salt wash, and Tellus' oiled ground. For love our hearts and Hymen did our hands unite communal in most sacred bands.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er, ere love be done. But woe is me, for you are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state, that I distrust you. Yet though I distrust, discomfort you, my lord, if nothing must.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My offered powers their functions leave to do. For thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and happily one is kind. For husband shalt thou.
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband, let me be accursed. None wed the second. But who killed the first?
Wormwood. Wormwood.
The instances that second marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. A second time I kill my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you speak, but what we do determine oft we break. Think thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
Nor earth to give me food, nor heaven light, sport and repose lock from me day and night. Both here and hence pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be wife.
Oh, she should break it now.
'Tis deeply sworn, sweet, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep, rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
How dost thou like the play, lady?
Oh, the lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
What did you say the name of this play was?
Mousetrap. Marry how tropically. 'Tis the tale of a murder done in Vienna. 'Tis a knavish piece of work, but for yourself and your mercy and us that have free souls, it touches us not. Oh, this is one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
You're as good as a chorus, my lord.
Oh, I could interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppets dallying.
Thoughts black, hands apt. Drugs fit and time agreeing.
Confederate season, else no creature seeing. My mixture rank with midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's band thrice blasted, thrice infected. With by natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life usurped immediately.
While he poisons him in the garden for his estate, you shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzaga's wife.
Turn on the lights.
The king rises.
What? Frank
Turn on
with
the
false
lights.
fire?
You can
Turn the damn light!
get out of here.
Lights!
Lights!
Lights! Lights!
Horatio, I'll take the ghost's word for 1,000 pounds. It's proceed
I did.
upon the talk of the poisoning.
Yes. He wouldn't have reacted that way if he weren't guilty. I'll go see what's to be done about this.
The whole history.
Your stepfather.
What of him?
From what I saw tonight, I think he may be falling ill.
Well, your wisdom should prove itself much more richer to signify this to his doctor.
Hamlet, please, I need you to try to understand. Listen.
I am tame. Pronounce.
Your mother wanted me to talk to you. This is hurting her.
You are welcome.
You're welcome. For what? I'm trying to help your mother, but if you refuse to give me a straight answer, then there's nothing I can do for her.
I cannot
What?
give you a wholesome answer. My wits diseased. My mother, you say?
She just wants to talk to you before she has to leave tonight.
We would obey were she 10 times our mother. Leave me, friend. 'Tis now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world. For now, could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would wait to look on. But soft. Now to my mother. Let not the soul of Nero enter this firm bosom. I shall be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. For soever how she takes my words, she be shent to give them seals, never my soul consent.
And the heiress, I'll convey myself to hear the process. Fare you well, my daughter. I'll call upon you ere you go to bed and tell you what I know.
Mother! 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 Oh, now, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, you have offended your father.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Oh, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue. Oh, what's the matter now?
Have you forgotten me?
No, by the rude not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother.
Impertinent daughter. Very well. Have it your way. I'm getting...
Come, sit you down. You shall not budge. Not until I set you up a glass wherein you may see the inmost part of
What do you... Murder! Help!
How now? A rat? Dead for a ducat. Dead. I am slain.
Hamlet, what have you done?
Nay, I don't know. Is it the king?
Oh, what a bloody deed.
A bloody deed almost as bad, dear mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
You think I killed your father?
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. intruding fool, farewell. And leave not the wringing of your hands. Peace. Sit you down, and let me wring thy heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff.
God, what sin did I commit to deserve you for a daughter?
Look upon here. This picture, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself. This was your husband. Look now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Have you eyes? Oh, shame, where is thy blood?
No more, please.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an inseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty side.
Enough! Oh, your words are daggers.
A murderer and a villain. A slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your precedent lord. A cutpurse of the empire and rule, who from the precious diadem stole off the shelf and put it into his pocket. A king.
Hamlet!
Oh, save me.
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How dost thou, lady?
Me? How do you? What are you looking at?
On him. On him. Look you how pale he glares.
Who?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all.
Oh, my father. My father. In his natural habit as he lived. Look you how he goes out of the portal.
This is all in your head. This is all in your head. It's a creation of ecstasy.
Ecstasy? My pulse as yours doth temperately keep time. Confess yourself what's wrong. Repent what's past. Avoid what is to come. And do not set the compost on the weeds to make them rancor.
Oh God, Hamlet, you are breaking my heart.
Then break your heart and rid yourself of the worser half and live purer with the better one. Good night. But go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. For this same Lord, I do repent and bestow the death I gave him. Good night. You must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins and worse remains behind. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
Have you seen your daughter?
Oh, and haven't I seen this night?
What? Gertrude, how's Hamlet?
I doubted it before, but I don't doubt it any longer. She is dead. We were talking, and she threatened me with a knife. There was a noise behind that curtain, and she screamed a rat, and then she killed her. She killed Ophelia.
My God. It seems that Hamlet is much worse than we thought. Only someone had been here to stop her in her fit of lunacy. Oh, poor Ophelia. Where is Hamlet?
To hide the body, to cry over it.
We must leave this place. It's not safe for us here anymore. We'll find Rose and we'll seek her legal guidance. Oh, Ophelia, my heart hangs heavy with this tragedy.
My purse. Where's...
Oh, my love.
safely stowed.
Hamlet? Hamlet!
How now? Who calls on Hamlet?
Your parents told me what happened. Where is the body?
Compounded it with dust, whereto 'tis kin.
What? God, I can't understand you.
I am very glad of it. The knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear.
Cut the crap! Where is the body?
With the king. But the king is not with the body. The king is a thing.
A thing?
Hamlet, where's the body? Hamlet, where is it?
At supper.
At supper where?
Not where it eats, but where it is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms is even at him.
Enough of this nonsense. Answer the question.
In heaven, send your messenger to see. And when he finds him not there, seek him in the other place yourself.
Go. Call the police. I cannot keep this quiet any longer.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
Oh, Ophelia, you're alive!
Oh, thank God.
How should I know from another one by his cockle hat and staff and his sandaled shoes?
Ophelia.
Say you? No, pray you. Mark, he is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass green turf, at his heels a stone.
Ophelia.
Pray you, Mark! I just symbizing charity, a lacking fight for shame. Young men will do it if they come to it. By God, they are to blame.
No, Hamlet is responsible for this.
I hope all will be well. We must be patient, but I cannot choose but weep to say we should lay him in the cold, hard ground. My brother shall know of it, and so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night. Good night, sweet ladies. Sweet ladies, good night.
Oh, that poor child.
Have you seen Ophelia? I received word at the station I'm needed back here.
There's Rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. There's pansies. That's for thoughts. There's calm minds for you. There's fiddle. And here's some brew for you. And here's some for me. We may call it Herb Grace o' Sundays. Oh, you must wear your rue with dippets. Here's our Daisy, and I give you some violets, but withered all when my father died. They say he made good end. For Bonnie, sweet Robin, is all my joy. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No. No, he is dead. He will not come again. His beard was as white as snow. All flaxen was his pole. He is gone. He is gone. We cast away moan. God, have mercy on his soul. And of all Christian souls, I pray, God be with ye.
Do you see this? What the hell happened to her?
It seems that Hamlet has killed your father.
This was our father's shirt. Ever since he died, Ophelia hasn't let out of her sight. I wonder if this means that she's getting better.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business and he sings at grave making?
Oh, this is a therapeutic exercise. It's meant to calm her anxiety.
Even so, the hand of little employment hath the daintier sense.
Skull had a tongue once and could sing. And yet, how the knave just jolts it to the ground. I will speak to it. Whose grave is this, sirrah?
Mine, sir.
Well, I would say it were yours, for thou liest in it.
If faith, sir, you stand out on it, that it is not yours, and for my part I do not lie in it, yet it is mine.
Well, what man is to be buried in it?
No man, sir.
Well, what woman then?
For none neither.
Well, then who is to be buried?
For one that was a woman, sir, but God rest her soul. She's dead.
How absolute the knave is. Sir, how long will a man lie in the earth ere he rots?
If he be not rotten before he die, for we have many pocky courses nowadays which will scarce hold the laying in, he will last you some 8 or 9 years. A tanner will last you 9 years.
Well, why he more than another?
Why, sir? Well, because his trade, his hide is tanned with his trade. He will hold out your water great while. If your water is a sore decay, or if your horse is dead bodies. Yeah, this, sir, is a skull that hath lain in the earth for 23 years.
Well, whose was it?
A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. I poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This is York, the king's jester.
This.
Read that.
Oh, alas, poor York, I knew him, Horatio. He was a fellow of most infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that?
Dost thou think Alexander looked on this fashion in the earth,
I'd say so.
and smelt so black?
Yeah, you probably smelled blech.
To what basis may we return, Horatio? Alexander died. Alexander was buried. Alexander returneth to dust. And thus the imperious Caesar has died and turned to clay to stop a hole to keep the wind away. But stop. Stop, we sigh. The king. The courtiers. Who is it they follow? Oh, stop. Mark.
She's dead then.
She is drowned.
Too much of water hast thou for Ophelia, and therefore forbid my tears. Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violet spring.
Ophelia! And I had such high hopes that she would bring my Hamlet back to me.
Oh, trouble, woe, fall 10 times trouble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thou once ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold out the earth a while, till I've caught her once more in mine arms.
who bears such an emphasis. But such a sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wander-wounded hearers. It is I, Hamlet the Dane.
Devil, take thy
Please,
Break them up.
no, please, no, I'll
Both of you, stop this!
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not, with all of their quantity of love, make up my sum.
What more will thou do for her? You buried quicker than so will I. What is the reason you use me thus? She loved you ever! But it is no matter. The cat will mean what dog will have his day.
Right, Joe, go. I'm sure you do go as well. You always keep an eye on Hamlet. I'll make sure this poor child will not die in vain. But for now, you all need a little time to mourn.
So have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate turns, whose worth still challenge her amount of all the age for her perfections. But my revenge will come.
I know how you feel. Feel as though Hamlet has taken something from you. Amidst loss, I felt it too. I felt it when I lost my brother. I know what it is like to carry an insufferable grief.
I'm lost in it, my lord.
Laertes, what would you say if I told you that there was a way you could honor the tragic death of your dear sister and prove yourself a man more than in words?
To cut her throat in the church.
Well, we could bring this to the authorities, have Hamlet arrested, tried, and then what? To what end? Brought back here after being deemed insane? Only to just remain here in this insane asylum? No, I'm sorry. That won't do. You and I both know there's only one place for a woman like her, and it is not here on earth. I'm afraid Hamlet's soul was claimed by the devil the moment she killed your sister. Conceal this weapon on your person. I shall arrange a secret meeting between you and Hamlet. And you must go with the intent to kill. Now, she may cry and give pleas for contrition, but you must not listen. Hamlet is a nasty woman, and she will use these pleas of pity to try and gain your sympathies. But you know your purpose. Your manhood calls you to it.
I'll do it. For that purpose, I'll anoint my sword. I've bought an unction of mountain bank, so mortal that a dip a knife in it, where it draws blood, no cataplasm so rare that has been scratched withal. I'll touch my point with this contagion, that if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
And I'll make doubly sure. I shall poison a drink and give it to Hamlet should you fail. One way or another, you shall have your revenge, Laertes, and Hamlet will die.
Tis the breathing time of day with me. Let the foils be brought.
Shall I re-deliver you even so?
What flourishes of your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Yours. Yours.
will lose this, my lord.
Well, wouldn't I think with all ills all's here about my heart, but it is no matter.
Nay, good my lord, if your mind dislike anything, obey it.
Not a whit. We defy augury. If it be now, it is not to come. If it is not to come, it be even now. The readiness is all. Give me your pardon, sir, for I have done you wrong. But pardon it, as you are a gentleman.
Come, my lord.
One.
No!
Judgment.
Hamlet!
Well, again!
Stop! Think of what you're doing! Please, give me the weapon. You know your problem, Hamlet. You think like a woman. All emotion, no reason. We do not use violence to solve our problems. It's not the way that men solve their differences. We use our intelligence, our noble reasoning, to try and find a common ground on which we can stand. Now, some people may not, but I believe that women have the capacity to do so if put to the task. And if you are anything like your mother, you are able to use peaceable words. Here, a drink, perhaps, to soothe the hysterics of the feminine mind.
Set it by a while. Let me play this bout first. Come. Another hit. What say you?
A touch, I do confess.
Hamlet, what the hell are you doing? Ophelia's body isn't even cold and buried yet, and you're fighting her brother? You know better than that. I taught you better than that. And you're allowing this to happen?
No, Gertrude, don't drink that. That is not for you, my love.
The hell with your law. I see you. For the first time in a long time, I see you.
Tell us the queen.
Isn't it drinking?
Here's Gertrude, drink the poison. All is lost.
My lord, I'll hit him now.
No. Gertrude. Villainy. Sing it out.
Cat hath mewed and dog has had his day. It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. Indeed, there is not half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul of practice hath turned itself on me. Here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poisoned. I can no more. King. The king is to blame.
Good point. And venom too.
I would like to explain this.
Then venom to thy work.
Oh,
Thou incestuous, murderous,
Oh.
damned Dane.
please, Helen, no.
Ah! Is thy union here? Then drink off your poison. Follow my mother.
He is justly served. It is a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven makes thee free of it. I will follow thee. Now, wretched, oh, wretched queen, adieu. Oh, Horatio! Oh, I am dead. If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, draw thy breath in pain to tell my story, the rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.